So I finished printing this disc to hold that fan on the wall like my last video was showing. And there's the infill. I keep saying that. There's the support material. I broke most of it off, you see. Pulled it all off. I haven't finished pulling that off. But I didn't really have to because I just wanted to check it, right? So I put it on the wall. Doesn't matter if that's there or not. It's not going to affect it for the moment. And I thought, so I put that fan on, right? And all this here, all that thickness there's about, I think it was like 68 millimeters. I measured it with a vernier. You slide that on, and this part here fouls on the back here. Doesn't matter which way you have it, fouls. And plus, look at all that movement. Let's turn it around that way. So it can be smaller, can't it? Like, there's heaps of clearance in there to clear all that stuff I printed and put on. So this is on there solid as, but this is just to make it look better. Plus it'll help it hold on the wall, because this fan is very heavy. But anyway, so what I've done is, you can imagine how much better it's going to look once it's on there without all the support on there. But look, so I made it 10% smaller. And see the hole in there? Look, I'll get rid of that for a sec. So you see the hole, it was like that one's got the, looks like a pussy or something, like a vagina, an oval. So it was like that, and then I made it bigger to clear the thickness of that, plus this nut that holds it on. So it's got all that to clear. So now it's got more clearance. And then, like I said, it's 10% smaller. And I'll show you, this is why I'm making the video, to show you this. Now, see how I'm printing it up that way, vertical. So, it'll be printing and it could possibly come off the bed or fall over, because look, it's only being supported by like that tiny bit there is touching the bed. That's ridiculous, isn't it? So I put on go back to recommended. So I put on the support option, right? But I'll show you something really cool. What are we doing here? Support. So here's the support section. And look, I changed it from, instead of normal, I made it tree. And if you come into here, look at that. Isn't that sick? So it's like a tree. So look, it's going to be grabbing all around here on the table. And it's going to come all the way up here and support it. And look, it's got like roots of the tree sort of thing coming up and supporting it there. And look, it's like a tree. That's so cool. So that's going to help it print, and also it'll make the print successful. It won't fall off the bed as it's printing, which would be a waste of material, time and electricity. But look at that. That is so cool. The people that make this stuff, they are just absolutely fucking geniuses. To have that option, to have like a tree support, it's just so cool. Look at it. It's just amazing. Once it finishes printing all this, I'll just pull all this off with a flathead screwdriver. Just get in there and be like, smack it off and crack it all off. And I'll be left with the red disc, won't I? Hopefully 10% smaller is still going to fit up there okay. Because I want it to be as tight as possible. I don't want it to be loose like it is. Because this is the first one I printed. And look, it's got heaps of clearance. So hopefully 10% smaller will be okay. going to take 12 hours and 6 minutes to print. 12 hours and 6 minutes. That one up on the wall there took 24 hours. So it's a lot quicker with this. See? 12 hours, 6 minutes, 249 grams of filament. So if I bring that down, then sliding that bar, so the bar on the corner of the screen, I'm sliding it. You can see this, it's going to have exactly 750 layers. So you can go slide the bar down to see each individual layer, or you can click here and type in, I want to look at layer, I don't know, 400. Boom, it'll take me to layer 400. Or you can just grab the circle thing and go up and down. And as you go up and down, look, it shows you what it's going to do, right? So my thoughts were, I just print it with the 20% infill, which is what I got. See, we got 20% infill, because I don't want to have, I'm eventually going to make it have 100% infill, so it's going to be solid plastic, like the whole thing is just plastic, which would probably take like 600 grams, like, or over half a kilo of filament. But just while I'm getting the right sizes and everything, I'm making a couple of test pieces. Yeah, this is ideal. I might even just end up using it if it's okay. But yeah, see all the infill there? It's only got 20%. So the wall thickness is 1.2 millimeters. Where's the mouse? There it is. 1.2 millimeters, the thickness of the wall there, and then it's 20% infill. Because you can change all these settings in Cura. It's absolutely fantastic. So you go up to walls, and you can change the thickness. That's 1.2 mil. I could make that anything I like, you know. But 1.2 mil's thick enough just to have a test piece. I could probably make it 0.4, and we only have to do one line each wall. It'd be a lot quicker, wouldn't it? But anyway, I'll just keep it default. But you can see, I'll just zoom out a bit. So it starts like that. That's the first layer. If we come down here and you see the tool going around, just scroll that bar at the bottom, the tool, that's the nozzle coming around. So it starts off, it goes like that, and you see that's the first layer, which it's already done. It's on like what, the third or fourth? That might be even the 10th layer. I don't know. Let's have a look. We'll just scroll up here and go to layer 15. So if it was doing layer 15, it would be starting to make the actual start of the disc, wouldn't it? So is it making the disc yet? Oh yeah, I think it is. Look. Yeah. So that's probably like layer 10, maybe? Layer 9, layer 10. That's the beautiful thing about 3D printers. You can literally make anything. Like look at those things back there, just for example. These things are made to hold toilet paper, and I made a bigger one here to hold, what do you call that shit again? Whatever, towels or whatever. But you can make anything. I'm making a vise here. There's a vise. You stick it on the table and you can hold parts, which I'm doing over here on the Ender 3. This is Ender 3 Pro. I got a stainless steel, no sorry, a spring steel flexible build plate for it. I already had one, but I got a better one, spring steel. I printed the drawers here to put the tools in, you know. Printed some feet, so I stick them on so they don't fall off. I printed a knob like a Prusa has. I got the Creality metal extruder. Took off the plastic one. What else have I done to this bloody thing? Oh yeah, I put this on. I got an all metal hot end, and the main biggest upgrade I did to the Ender 3 Pro is that can you guess? What can't you hear? That's right. So, I've got a version 4.4.1, I think it is, motherboard, which you can get. It's a Creality silent stepper driver motherboard. So it's the newest motherboard they have for it, which has silent stepper drivers. So there's no noise at all. The only thing you can hear is the fan. And that's not even that loud anyway. Like, I could literally sleep right next to this and it wouldn't wake me up or anything. I reckon the Ender 3, when you upgrade it, is the best printer that I've... Well, any Cubic Viper's pretty bloody good, but this, I think everybody on the planet should have an Ender 3. At least one. Just one. They're not that big. Look. 1, 2. 2 hands. All you need is somewhere in your house or your apartment or at your factory or whatever you got. 1, 2. 2 hands by 2 hands thick, and you got a 3D printer. You don't have to bloody use it. You just spend $200 miserable dollars. It's $200. Who can't get $200? Anybody can get $200. Even a bum can get $200 if you really, really had to, and buy one of these. And you quickly set it up, watch a few tutorials on YouTube, and you're 3D printing. You don't have to use it. At least have one, put it in your house, and then maybe one day in a few years, you might use it. It's just really, really handy to have. An Ender 3. Or an Ender 3 Pro, which that is. Or an Ender 3 V2, which has already got that motherboard in it. I've got an Ender 3 V2 at home. Such a good printer. So if you're watching this, go buy an Ender 3 V2. Or just an Ender 3. Whatever you can find cheapest. Just go buy one. Right now. And remember, it doesn't matter. You don't have to use it. Just get it. You might use it one day. If you don't, there's no big deal, is it? It's only $200. Some people go out for dinner and spend more than that. The one thing I've found that's the most annoying is sometimes is this bloody support, man. Like, it can be such a pain to get off sometimes. Like, you gotta get the screwdriver in there and rip it off. Where's the infill I just pulled off just before? See? Here's some infill. Can stick on there quite well. Like, there's no way you can pull that off with your hands. I'm telling you. You'd end up with cut fingers and shit. So if you can print shit without support, do it. Rip all that off. But this is just like a, what would you call, what do they call it? A test piece or a, oh, what's the word? A bloody, See how well that sticks on there? Prototype. That's what I'm thinking about. This is just a prototype. And I've cut my hand. I've cut my hand so bad doing this once. I was like, and I slipped. And this can be so sharp. And I'm, it's like you can slice your hand pretty bad. if you're not careful. But I'll get all that off there when I got 2 hands. Not that I have to. I've already found out that I can make it smaller. What I was going to do is fill the whole thing up in there with Silastic. See, roof Silastic? That stuff sticks like anything. Look, here's roof Silastic. See, it's stuck like a motherfucker. Fill it up with Silastic, and I was going to stick it on there and push it in, and all the Silastic will ooze out everywhere and ooze out here. But that's okay, and you wipe it off and put it on some toilet paper, throw it away. Put the bolts, screws in, wherever the screw holes all over the bloody thing. And then once it all dries, then I can put that fan bong on there, and yeah. And when they say Bob's your uncle, and Bob's your uncle. And then it'll never bloody fall off, because before I started doing all this, I put it on with the 4 holes on the plate, and it went and fell off the wall after about 60 seconds of it being on the wall. If anybody's watching this, you know how this is an Ender 3 Pro, and I got the version 4 motherboard with the silent stepper drivers and put it on there, and now you can't hear it move at all. All you can hear is the fans, right? So this is an Anycubic Chiron, however you pronounce the word, and you hear how loud the bloody thing is? Can you get silent motherboard for this printer? Because I will put it on if you can. Bloody good printer. I got this printer for like $500, and it prints really well. It has great features, and it's large. The only problem is it's quite loud. You see how you can hear it? Not that that matters. It doesn't really fucking bother me at all. Like, that's not really that loud, you know? Compared to, like, some of these CNC machines I got down there. Those things can be so loud when you're taking, like, a 2mm cut that it's deafening. Like, you have to have earmuffs on or you'll lose your hearing. That's it. It's that loud. But this shit, people go, oh, they're so loud. But it's not fucking loud. What do you mean loud? But if you can get a newer version motherboard, like a 32-bit or something, I think this might be an 8-bit. I don't know. Might not be. Probably isn't. It's got a nice touchscreen, coloured touchscreen. I don't know if you can have an 8-bit motherboard with a touchscreen like that, can you? Well, I don't know. I ain't no, like, electrician computer guy, but I'd love to upgrade this machine with a newer motherboard. Such a good machine, it deserves it. Look, I made this to hold the bed leveling SD card. I made this block. Put your SD card in there. That's got the bed leveling G code on it that the printer came with, so you can put the sensor underneath there, and then put that in the machine and run the bed leveling G code, and the bed levels, which I've only ever done twice, and I've never had to do it again. Prints perfectly every time. It's a good thing. Another good thing about this printer, it's just you level the bed, you do what it says in the manual, and then you just use it. I've had this machine for like a year, and I've only leveled the bed twice. First time I fucked it up, and the second time worked, and that's it. Never had to do it again. Prints perfect every time. It's fantastic. It's just such a bloody good machine. And it's $500. $500, man. That's nothing. Look how big you can print. Look, there's my hand. It's huge. You can print shit that is so fucking big, it's ridiculous on this machine.